now I'm running a test page here. Now this happens to be HP Officejet Pro 8100. Same print head is in the 8600 Pro. So taking out the print head on these printers was very easy to do. Now we've lost magenta here. It's not printing a magenta. After doing a couple of cleanings with your maintenance, that doesn't improve. You might have to take the print head out and clean it. There again, the Pro 8600, 8100 have the same print head. Now you can see I'm using original HP cartridges and still having a problem. This is a pigmented ink, so if you don't use it all the time, pigmented ink can settle and cause problems. I'm going to take the cartridges out. Again, you would do the same thing if you had an 8600. Just so I can show you easily on a 8100 because you can see everything. I'll lift the lever. I'll lift out the print head. There's your print head. We're going to flush and clean the ink tanks in that print head. And you're also going to flush some chemical through the print head itself. We made up a little cleaning kit that you can purchase. Make it a lot easier to do it using our tools and our chemical. Okay, now you're going to get 4 purging syringes, little plastic box that'll hold all the chemical and everything when you get it. You're going to use that to set the print head inside of it like that so you can purge it. So you're going to take some chemical and you're going to pour it in here. Pour enough in here so it saturates. You'll be able to draw the chemical. Now I poured a half a bottle. I'm going to set the print head right down in there. Right up front like that. Now what I'm going to do, so I'll show you this, there's little spikes in there. You can see them. I'm going to push the tip. As you can see, we got a little rubber tip. We're going to push that over the top of one of the nozzles that goes into the cartridges. Then we're going to pull back. Keep pulling back. Take your time. Remember, we want that chemical to surround that print head. And you can push a little, just to push forward a little bit and draw back. You might have to add a little bit more chemical. And then you do them all. I start with yellow, I do magenta, which is the red, cyan, which is the blue, and the last one is black. Okay, now I've filled, after cleaning out the syringes, I fill it with a little cleaner, about 3 milliliters, maybe 2. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to push. I'm going to push it through instead of pulling it. And then you're going to find the, I'm going to do the yellow. Okay, now I'm pushing. And I do them all that way. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take the print head out, wipe it off, and we're going to manually do the same thing with the syringe, except we're going to fill these syringes up with some ink. I'll start with the yellow. I'll put some ink into the print head. And you got the magenta, cyan, which is blue, and then the black. So basically what we're doing is recharging up the cavity of the print head with ink. Then we'll be able to put the cartridges in and do a few cleanings. I took the print head out. I'm going to wipe it all off, and then I'm going to discard all the chemical, and then we're going to put that ink in to recharge the print head. Okay, now I have all the syringes. I just put them in the bottle and drew up some ink, about 3 milliliters, and now I put a new paper napkin down in the little box here. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with the yellow, and we're going to prime up the ink tanks that are in the print head with ink now, pushing out almost all of that chemical. I've let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes. Now I can do it. Now I can manually add ink. Okay, now I've got the yellow in there. I'm slowly pushing. There you go. Now I can take that out. Now you're going to do your magenta next. And then you're going to go to your cyan, which is the blue, and then to the black. And now you can see the head's getting saturated with ink. And then we'll do the cyan, and the last one we're going to do is black. And now I'm just blotting the print head. You can see some ink is coming out. Now I closed all the lids without any print head in there, so now I'm going to open it up. The print head should come over and stop, and I should be able to put the print head in. There it is. Now remember, when you take it out, close the lever. Otherwise, that print head assembly will just keep wandering. So take your time. Then you can close the lever. There you go. Now we can put the cartridges in. And then we'll do a couple of cleanings through the software. Now you can't do this if the cartridges are depleted. Now you can close the lid. Now we're going to do some cleanings and run some test prints. Go to your desktop. You should have an icon. Click on it for the 8100 or the 8600. Now you want to go over here to where it says estimated ink levels. Click on that. It's going to open up. It's going to show your ink levels. Now if you're using a CIS, you won't see any ink levels. So just ignore that part of this. Go over to Print Diagnostic Report, Clean Print Head. That's where you're going to go in and clean your print head. You're going to get 3 stages. Do all 3, and after every stage it'll show you what the quality is like. Okay, this is what we first got when we started. Then we cleaned the print head with the cleaning chemical, and we purged it. And now everything's back again. I want to point something out here that you should know. When we go to print, we always set it for best, and you can pick bright white paper, presentation paper, not always plain paper. You'll get a better print. But if you notice something, I want to show you something real close here. See that little white line? That could be a possible print head problem. Now, it doesn't really show up when you're running a little bit better quality, but remember, that's a possibility that the print head has a problem. But we went from poor quality, after cleaning it and doing a couple cleanings, now we're getting Excellent quality. So you can take out that print head and clean it, and you should get good results.